Welcome everybody, the Power Lunch. This week we have a little bit of a different format in that it'll be a panel discussion. We've done panel discussions before, but we're going to have a bit of a panel discussion, and we're going to be talking about issue response and some of the things around issue response, some of the things we should think about. So for today, we have joining us Paul Barrett, founder of NetVPro. And we have Frank Dickinson, who is an expert in the IT space. Maybe Frank, if you want to give, everybody probably knows Paul, so we'll start with Frank.
Yeah, sure.
Sadly, but Frank, if you want to give a little bit about who you are and your experiences, and then Paul, after Frank, why don't you give a little bit of high level of who you are? Nobody cares about who I am. I'm just a dancing monkey. So you guys want to just give us a high level overview? Frank, go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, I'm a degreed engineer from Rensselaer Polytechnic up in New York. Engineering, computer and systems engineering, going way back. So I've worked in IT pretty much my entire life since college, and even before college. I guess I started programming when I was 11. So, and back in those days, it was hard to find a computer to program on. So, but most recently, I was at a company, a marketing services company, 2,400 people, as their chief technology officer. So I was responsible from everything from cybersecurity to software development I often said my title was not CTO, I was CBO, in charge of everything broken. So it was my job to fix any problems that came up.
If it has a plug on it, you're responsible.
Exactly. And, I think people in IT can probably sympathize with that a little bit, because everything nowadays is on a computer, and everything on a computer seems to be a technical problem. So, so you tend to get sucked into kind of fixing everything. So, working across multiple geographies, we were in India and the Philippines and the US, as well as some independent developers in Serbia and other places. We did have our challenges in terms of trying to keep the environment safe. We did do that pretty effectively. But we still had things come up from time to time that were kind of interesting. So, and hopefully we'll get to a few of those things today.
Awesome. Very good. And then Paul, you want to just give a little high level on who you are and what makes you awesome?
Yeah, I'm Paul Barrett. I started this company 11 years ago. What makes me awesome? I started this company and brought on the fabulous Keith Swingle. So, what can I say? That is my crowning achievement.
I'm the Randy Montman Savage of IT.
The panel's supposed to suck up to the host. Is that what we're supposed to do?
Well, I would say yes.
Well, no, I usually do the opposite. And I run him down. So he's just like,
yeah, I'm completely confused right now.
It's the positive versus negative thing. He's just like,
it's that thing where your older brother holds your hand and says to pull on it, and you put yourself in the face and wait for that part to happen.
So yeah, I mean, we're all about trying to bring value. And the latest thing is like, hey, if we really should think about, everybody's saying it's not if, it's when. I believe it's not when. We can, it's more of, can we detect it? How do you detect it? I mean, what really brought this all about is, we had a customer, it's like, I'm being hacked. And I'm like, okay, are you being hacked? How do you know you're being hacked? So that's what, brought this genesis of, hey, let's start thinking about, how do we respond to that kind of thing? But yeah, I've been in IT for 31 years. I started programming at age, I think 11 with a Commodore VIC-20. So it's kind of crazy.
So, did you actually program when you were using your Fred and Barney Rebel car on the way to school, or a car with your feet?
Yeah, the car with
the internal combustion engines when you were young.
Well, we had internal combustion engines. Yes, I didn't have brakes, so I would steer into the ditch or whatnot to stop.
Thanks.
Still a good strategy. Works today.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, there's no ditches around here. There's just cement walls, so it's really not as effective. Canals too. Yeah. So
I had a brother-in-law who built a go-kart. Yeah, alligators. I had a brother that built a go-kart that was like that. You had to put your feet down on the outside to stop it. It was really hard on your shoes, but Well, thank you guys for being part of the panel. And I guess one thing I would like to remind everybody is this is a conversational format. If you have a question, please ask it. If you have a comment or a contribution, please feel free to share. We're a community of people who are interested in technology and the associated accoutrements to technology. And this is one of those times where we can share some knowledge and think about it and help learn from each other. So if you have something to add, feel free to do that.